meme review. Alright, before this video starts, does this seem a little too loud to any of you guys? Because I turned the gain all the way down. It's usually all the way down, but for some reason it seems a lot louder than it usually is right now. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. But yeah, it is time for another Boku no Hero review. Chapter, what was it? Where are we on right now? 219? Alright. Chapter 219. I was actually, alright. Time for the summary part, because you know I like to pad out my videos with summaries. This is going to take like 5 seconds. Not much happened this chapter. Well, much did happen. Okay, whatever. Let's get to the summary. Alright. Chapter starts off with Todu and Boku fighting Todu, yeah. Todu, Boku no Pico. Todu, Baku. Oh yeah. Todo and Baku fighting the guy. The fight's kind of messy to me, it feels. Like, I don't know. Todo and Baku win the fight, and the enemy's weapons blow up because the next page is just all like, oh hey, yeah, fucking Pingu Okerpin. Yeah, that's my new name for him, Pingu Okerpin. Penguin, Joker, and Kingpin. Pingu Okerpin created those weapons, and when there's a slightest sense of danger, they blow up. How that works exactly, I have no idea, but whatever. Then we get to, we learn that Pingu Okerpin is actually called Giran. Jiren the Gray. He called Giran, and he tries to interrogate Giran, and Giran epically BTFOs Pingu Okerpin. Pingu Okerpin gets a little triggered, and then we get to the last page, which is a 1 month flashback where we see that Giga has killed everyone. And chapter ends right there. Boom. Massive. There we go. Massive summary right there. Massive legend. Time to get to the review part. Alright, we're back for the review. Sorry, the whole recording right now is all messed up. The mic is acting all weird. I don't feel particularly good right now. It's all just iffy. Now, let's get to the actual review part. It was an alright chapter. It wasn't as interesting as the last one. Oh yeah. And here's another problem with the mic. It keeps picking up my ASMR sounds. Sorry. Alright, I'll try to get away from the mic. Wasn't as interesting as the last for the most part, but seeing the league was pretty cool. Now, I mentioned this before. Is it just me, or the fight a little messy? I couldn't make out like 90% of it. Like, maybe it was meant to be that way because, you know, the guy's whole power was carbonation, messiness, all over the place, but still wasn't able to make out anything much. Like, the paneling was weird altogether. Like, Hori, the guy's dying or something. Like, I legitimately don't know. Sorry for that noise in the background. I really couldn't make out anything what was going on. But, you know, it's not like it mattered because the fight wasn't incredibly important anyways. Now, let's talk about Ping Okerpin, man. Now, he's apparently been collecting data of villains. What he's doing with that data, we have no idea. And he's possibly been doing it with the heroes too, because that theory mentioned last video, I think, where we talked about that Bakugo and Ochako have these 2 marks on their costume, on their hero costume, that are also on Ping Okerpin's head. So maybe it has to do with mind control. Maybe he's collecting their data too. And actually, let's get back to that a little later. Now, he's caught Giran to interrogate him, and as said before, Giran epically BTFOs him with his power of being the strongest in the multiverse, and sorry. Alright. Now he's been caught, and he epically BTFO's Pink Ogre Pin. It was all amazing, cool, epic. I loved it. I don't really care for Giran. He hasn't had much screen time or anything, so it's not like I really have any attachment to him. So I guess it was just a cool moment before he dies or gets mind controlled by Pink Ogre Pin. Now let's get back to what Pink Ogre Pin's possibly doing with this data and what his marks could possibly do. I'm so sorry. There's music playing. I live in an apartment building, so there's like autism going around frequently. Like right next to me, there's someone blasting music. I'm sorry, but I want to get this review over with like right now. Now, it could be that Pink Ogre Pin doesn't actually plan on killing Giran, but controlling him to make him give info, which is why he said this will be the start of a fruitful business partnership, or whatever the hell he said. He's actually planning on controlling Giran. This will be supported if we see next chapter Giran has like 2 marks on him, because you remember Bakugo and Chaco, Gravity Bitch, also has the 2 marks on their costume. Now, why is he collecting info on these people quirks? Well, it's possible that he wants to have like a way to know what his enemies can and can't do, how to counter certain things. He's pretty much I'm trying to think of an example. There have been a couple of like comic book villains and stuff who collect the info of their enemies so that they know all about them. Comic book heroes do that too. But yeah, he's collecting the info of his enemies to use against them. Simple as that. Now, Bakugo and Gravity Girl, how are they going to be controlled? That's going to be the interesting part, because we all know. Well, I shouldn't put it that way. It'd be pretty interesting to see the rival and the love interest have to fight the MC. That would be the interesting part, especially if they're actually completely the word I'm thinking, oh my god, that's so loud, but the word I'm thinking of is conscious, especially if they're conscious throughout the whole mind control. I know that doesn't really make sense, but it's like their body is being controlled, their mind isn't so much. Now that would be interesting, because you'd get the whole drama of my hips are moving on their own, we're gonna get that kind of drama, so it'd be pretty interesting. Now, as I said, the chapter was alright. It wasn't as good as the last one. The last one was a really good setup chapter. I really liked it. This one is just alright, but it looks like we're going to be getting some League of Villains action next week, which is going to be good, because I think a lot of people, including myself, love the League of Villains. I prefer the Yakuza, but I still love the League of Villains. Now, I think that's about the end of the video, guys. Next week, I think I might actually be jumping into Black Clover Chapters 2. I've been trying to catch up to that, so I can expand the channel a little, so it won't just be Boku no Hero and Dragon Ball over and over and over again. It'll now be Boku no Hero, Dragon Ball, and Black Clover over and over and over again. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, like it. If you really liked it, comment. If you really liked it, share. If you disliked it, do all those same things, except press the dislike button. Oh my god, I might actually get copy striked if I, you know, I'm just gonna yeah, I'm going to use the noise reduction setting. Thank you, Audacity. Alright, see you guys later.